Folks, welcome to Allora. We're about halfway between Toowoomba and Warwick on the Darling Downs, just off the New England Highway, in this beautiful, beautiful little town, mostly an agricultural area, but on every single Saturday of the month, they have here in the main street, a Cars and Coffee. And I've been told that today is small, tiny compared to usual times in terms of numbers here because it's cold. It's just come out of nowhere. So we thought we'd come all the way up to Allora and just show you around this lovely little town. There is method in our madness, by the way, because there is a really exciting announcement that's coming up. It will happen in August. We'll do a full feature on this one, and you're just going to love this. The history behind this show that's coming up is fantastic. So for today, let's have a look around this little Cars and Coffee, maybe talk to a couple of the locals here, and do our best to stay in the sun. One of the best things about Cars and Coffees, folks, is the people that you meet in the main streets of little towns like Allora. This is Peter, and this is his 67 Mustang. And mate, you've done quite a lot of work on this car, mate. Tell me about what's happened with this car.
Well, the motor was out of a 91 Thunderbird, which in Canada they had a lot of recalls. So it's actually a brand new engine,
right,
or 12 months old. And then it was imported. I bought it with all the fuel injection and all the stuff on it.
Right.
But I didn't like all the fuel injection, so I've taken all that off, put on an early Offenhauser manifold and a carby and old chrome tablet covers and made it look like an early engine.
Sure. So now it looks the part of its age.
It does look the part. When you open the bonnet, it doesn't have like a late model motor in it.
Right. Yeah. Not the resto mod people might be expecting.
No, well, I just call it a 302 now because that's what it looks like.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what gearbox is it running down, mate?
It's out of an EB Falcon.
Okay. 5-speed?
5-speed,
yep.
Yeah, with the overdrive. And the diff is a 9-inch out of a Lincoln, which was made in America, and they call them Versailles.
Okay.
And they made the diffs for America.
Right.
American Ford. And I've had it converted back to drums with the big ventilated drums.
Yep.
Because you can't get parts for that because it's such a narrow build. And then, Oliver's made me up a tail shaft.
Yep.
And just fantastic on the highway.
Well, mate, it obviously gets driven. Which is great.
It gets driven.
I think it's marvellous. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having a chat to us.
Yeah,
thanks, Peter.
It was fun. Thank you.
Keep your eyes open in small towns, folks. G'day, folks. Welcome to Narrated Spaces. Mark and I are passionate about good design, be it in automotive or architecture. So if you've got a home, an Airbnb, a retreat, anything you would love to see featured for advertising purposes or just to get it out there to the world that you've got something really special, please get in contact with us. It's a fantastic, cost-effective way of producing long-form video and shorts for your Instagram and socials as well. Give us a call. We're really, really looking forward to meeting you. I'm paraphrasing here, and I will find the quote for you at some stage, but there's a quote from Henry Ford which is him talking about why he built these cars, and it basically says, I built them for the everyday man to be able to afford a car that is simple to maintain and that can get them out into God's beautiful, wide open spaces. And I think it really is a beautiful sentiment of the man with such vision who, from what we understand, whose employees loved the guy like a father because of the vision that he had. And the fact that this car is still running today and obviously maintained by beautiful enthusiasts such as Doug is just an amazing thing. I love it. Isn't it great to think that a car this old still gets driven around? And it's not a trailer queen, it's not sitting in a museum somewhere. What a great thing. So
Let's go in
let's
here.
have a coffee and we'll talk about the history of this car. So Doug, you're telling me that this Model T has some history to it.
Fantastic
What's the
history.
story behind the car?
Well, to bring you into the picture, it took me 50 years to buy it. I knew about it.
Wow.
I wanted it because it made in Detroit, shipped and assembled to LA and assembled in LA, sold new in San Francisco to an Australian
Wow.
in 1920.
Wow.
He used it in America. He was an agricultural scientist. He toured the West Coast, the Napa Valley and those sort of places. And then in 23, he brought the car home. And it's been in Australia ever since. And up until about 1950, or mid-50s even, he drove it monthly from Lismore, from Tevin,
Yeah.
to Mullaney, back to Boona, and then back to Tevin.
That'd be about a 1,200k round trip, wouldn't it? Or thereabouts. It's a fair hike.
Yeah, it's a fair hike. And the car, when I lived on the Sunshine Coast, the stories about this car. And I chased the car down through my Ford dealer mate in Lismore.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll get it for you. Got it for him. Then I had to fight him for it.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's built in the original Highland Park plant, which makes it a bit special. They stack them like that in a train, like toasters, bread in toasters.
What on their bum?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. In LA, they final assembled and put wheels on it. It was fitted new with a 2-speed diff because of the hills in San Francisco.
Right.
Charlie Lovegrove was his name. He bought it, and I finally got it.
Wow. And what condition was it in when you got it, though? As it is there? Wow.
Never really been restored.
Okay. So what did he use it for? Is this general transport or was he... Right. Amazing. And how many miles would be on it now? Who knows?
Great to drive. We took it out to Texas last weekend and did probably 500 Ks in it.
That's great. Well, it certainly grabs a lot of attention, mate. There's been people milling around it all the time since we've been here. And have you managed to catch up with the original owner's family?
Yeah.
So they know that where it is now? Yep.
They were going to keep it, but then they realised, in a practical sense, they couldn't keep it.
Right. So speaking of a practical sense, so what's involved in keeping a Model T Ford now?
Tightening nuts and bolts because everything comes loose. Making sure everything's lubricated.
Right.
Just good general maintenance. You've got to check the water every time you use it. You've got to check the oil every time you use it.
Now, I know from experience of being at your place, and by the way, folks, remember we did a special with Doug and the Model T Ford of Queensland, about a year ago now, Mark? So look back through the archives of the Australian Car Collector and you'll see the Model T Ford special. Great day. We had a lovely time at Doug's place here in Allora. And I know from experience you've got quite a few spares in your possession. But what's it like getting hold of spares for such a vehicle these days, mate?
Well, it's suddenly got difficult in the sense that a lot of Model T stuff is made in Mexico and is now hit by the 40% tariff into America. So roughly we pay 3 times what we should.
Right, okay. So there's a real dedication you need in order to keep one properly.
Yeah.
But in terms of getting those spares, is
All
pretty
you
much
need
everything available?
Some stuff is getting harder to get because the market got a bit flooded. Like, yeah, I've done the engine up in that. I'll never do the engine again in my lifetime.
Right.
Yeah,
Because it's too hard to come by parts, or because it just won't need it?
it won't need it.
Yeah. Okay. Folks, one of the most wonderful things about small country towns is not just the people in the town, but it's the history behind the town. And in most towns, you'll come across museums that are dedicated to that local area. They're often bent around agricultural, around machinery. Sometimes it'll be around the school or the community areas. What we've found here in Allora is a museum dedicated to Australian sporting icons. And this place is just extraordinary. So I'd like to introduce you to Perry. Perry, mate, it just blows me away. I'm just gobsmacked at how good this is. Tell me the history of the museum, mate. How long's it been around?
Well, over the years, we've had some magnificent sporting champions come from this area, and never been recognised, and well, outside of the area. And I'd go away and look at museums, and they'd have a jersey here and jersey there, and I thought, we've got more than that. You know, we can put this together. So there was a legend here years ago. He kicked a famous goal to win what was known as the St George Cup years ago, and he was a friend of mine. We used to have a drink, and I said to him one time, Brian Phelan was his name, Brian, those magical boots that you kicked that goal with, where are they? Because I frame sports memorabilia for a living. I said, how about we frame them and put them in the pub and recognise you? Well,
Yep.
And then his brother Max played Queensland Rugby Union as well. So what we did was I framed them, and I said, well, how about we have a dinner and recognise you fellas? So we had a dinner in the local hall here, and we packed the place, and we raised it. Well, we made all this money, and we thought, well, what are we going to do? So we'll kick off a museum. So it started at the back of my wife's boutique, and it grew and it grew, and then in the end it got too big, and getting all this stuff, and we put it into containers. We were like a mob of gypsies. We had nowhere to go.
Wow.
The council, we bought a land over the road here. It was still earmarked for a museum at some stage. But the council said to us, move into our vacant shire chambers that was here.
Right.
And they said, kick off. And I said, it's not enough room for what I want. And they said, well, start there and we'll look after you a bit more down the track.
And what year was that, mate? Roughly?
98, I think it was.
Okay.
We can pride ourselves that it's more or less funded by donations from very generous people.
Great.
You know, we don't rely on council or anything, so it's all...
So you're independent of the big machine. You do it yourself.
Pretty well.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so, you know, we got volunteers like Jan here, and she does a marvellous job.
What would Australia be without volunteers? Well done, Jan.
Yeah, I say that all the time, that this country runs on volunteers and never recognised.
Yeah.
And without them, this country would grind to a halt, and I wish politicians and everyone would realise that.
Yeah. Fantastic. Let's go for a stroll.
Right. Just, you want to come, Jim?
One thing you need to know about Australian volunteers is that they often don't want to be in the limelight. They just get on with it.
Same here. But a couple of our famous locals, Laura Guide, she played international netball. She captained Australia, the Diamonds, for a number of years, and she's a local, lovely girl, born here. Wayne Bennett, the Australian coaching champion, he was born and raised here, and he's a very big supporter of our museum, which it's just great to have him on board.
Hats off to Wayne.
Hats off, Wayne. And looking straight up the hallway, you can see our local Olympian, Matty Denny. It's his display up there.
Wow.
Now, Shane Webke, the International Rugby League player, is our patron of the museum. And Shane has kindly donated all his significant match jerseys to us. He's any museum in the world would treasure these, and they are just irreplaceable and brilliant. There's another set of them around the corner.
Fantastic. So you said that you professionally you do picture framing and memorabilia, sporting memorabilia.
For a living.
So I take it you've had a pretty big hand in how all of this gets presented.
Well, you know, it's that's what loses me a lot of sleep at night.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
mate, it's paid off. It looks fantastic.
Yeah. So this is the new section. We finished there. So the new sections is this down there. So all this has been paid for by kind donations. We're just in the process of filling
Cabinets
cabinets was. We've got some mighty treasures in here, like the Fred Law's collection here. Fred and his family grew up here, and they donated all his significant jerseys and photos and everything. That jersey, as you can see, it's 101 years old now.
That is incredible.
He toured a couple of tours of England, rugby league. His brother Cole's over here, he played for Queensland. Another of our locals, Gibbo, he still lives in town here. He's a magnificent man, and he was an icon, and went to England, and he was voted England's best fullback.
Just amazing. And is it the rest of your family sporting as well? Is there a sporting bent?
Well, my dad's recognised down the front here. He was an international rugby league referee.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So
what time period was he refereeing?
Through the end of the 60s, 70s. He refereed the last ever Bulimba Cup. It was a famous cup they played for in the Toowoomba competition.
Right.
And it was very prestigious, and a lot of internationals played in that.
And what was his name, Perry?
Leo Cronin.
Leo.
Yes. That's his just through there. I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
But
you just, folks, you really, when you come into small towns, you've got to stop, take the time, grab your coffee for sure, but have a good look around, because you just never know what sort of gems you're going to find. And this is a gold mine. Wow.
That's my dear dad there, Leo Cronin.
Right.
This is most of his uniforms here. That's the last Bulimba Cup they ever played for. There's a referee's cap from 1914. That's not Dad's, incredible. But that was donated to us. Well, it's 112 years old, that cap.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm blown away.
We got donated that cabinet there a couple of months ago. They're going to chuck it to the bin, so I said, oh, we'll grab it. But as you can see, Doug Partington's got a temporary display in there until his showroom is open.
Yes, well, I did say that we had some exciting news coming up around August. And as a bit of a prelude, folks, this cabinet will give you some idea as to what's about to happen in this tiny town of Allora with regard to the oldest race car in Australia. So watch out for that one. That'd be great. This is where the Wickman is going to go? Okay, and we're in a big glass box, basically.
Yeah. Visible 24 hours a day, but we'll have lights on until night, 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and it'll be turned on.
Well, look, what can I say, folks? I think the whole facility here is extraordinary. And look, I don't want to play anything down, but a tiny, tiny little town with such a big heart and such wonderful people are what created all of this and made it happen. So, Perry, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Doug, you're about to get the recognition that you so wholeheartedly deserve. And we really look forward to bringing you the next special on this area will be coming up in August. It happens around about the 14th, I think. Okay, so watch out for that one. But up until then, come to Allora, come to the Darling Downs. We've got the Darling Downs Zoo not far from here. You've got wineries just down the road, Stanthorpe Way. It's a wonderful area, and what a great time of the year to be here too. Just that little bit of a nip in the air, and come and see this extraordinary museum. Well done, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, if you've got a car, if your friend, family member, whoever it is, has got a car that you'd love to see featured on the show, then right down the bottom of the screen here is where you're going to find a link to it.